What if I told you one of the most disturbing monsters in horror history is completely invisible? No face, no body, just a presence that kills you from the inside. And when it finally becomes visible, it's so shocking that audiences in 1958 reportedly fainted in theaters. This is not just a horror film. This is a psychological experiment disguised as cinema. The story takes us to a quiet town near a military airbase where something is terribly wrong. People are dying, but not in normal ways. Victims are found with their brains and spinal cords completely missing. No blood, no signs of struggle, just empty shells. The military blames radiation, the villagers blame fear, but the truth is far more disturbing. Major Jeff Cummings begins investigating, and what he discovers is something beyond science and beyond horror. An unseen force is attacking people. You don't see it, you don't hear it, but you feel it. It creeps into your room, drains your life, and disappears. As tension builds, paranoia spreads. No one feels safe, because how do you fight something you cannot see? Then comes the terrifying reveal. These creatures are actually manifestations of human thoughts, created through forbidden experiments in telekinesis. Yes, thoughts. The human mind turned into a weapon. And when these thoughts gain physical form, they become grotesque, crawling, brain-like monsters, dragging their own spinal cords behind them. Slow, silent, unstoppable. Here's where things get even more fascinating. 1. The monsters were inspired by real science fear. During the 1950s, the world was obsessed with nuclear experiments and psychic research. Scientists were seriously exploring telekinesis and brain energy. This film tapped into a real fear. What if our thoughts could escape and act on their own? The reason the monsters are invisible for most of the film wasn't just creative, it was financial. The filmmakers couldn't afford constant visual effects, so instead they used sound design, shadows, and reactions to build fear. Ironically, this made the film even more terrifying, because your imagination becomes the monster. When the creatures finally appeared, audiences were not ready. These weren't typical monsters. They were brains with spinal cords crawling like insects, slimy, pulsating, alive. In the UK, the film faced censorship issues. Some theaters even warned viewers before showing the ending. Instead of cheap costumes, the filmmakers used stop-motion animation, frame by frame, movement by movement. This gave the monsters a disturbing, unnatural motion that made them feel wrong, almost like they shouldn't exist. Many believe the film isn't just about monsters, it's about the danger of human thoughts. Fear, anger, obsession. What if those emotions could take physical form? The film quietly suggests the real monster is inside us. Director Arthur Crabtree wasn't known for horror. He came from a background of cinematography and drama, but that's exactly why this film feels different. Instead of relying on jump scares, he focused on psychological tension. He understood something crucial. What you don't see is always more terrifying than what you do. Crabtree deliberately delayed the monster reveal to build dread slowly. Every empty frame, every silent moment was intentional. He also used minimal music in key scenes, forcing the audience to sit in uncomfortable silence. This wasn't just horror, this was controlled anxiety. And perhaps his boldest move, he turned science into horror. Not ghosts, not demons, but human intelligence gone wrong. Here's the real twist most people miss. The monsters are not invading from outside. They are not aliens. They are not supernatural. They are created by us. our minds, our experiments, our curiosity. And even when they are destroyed, the idea remains. Because as long as humans think, imagine, and push boundaries, these monsters can be created again. So the real question is, are we afraid of the unknown, or are we afraid of what we are capable of creating? If you enjoy uncovering hidden meanings behind films like this, subscribe to Mind Behind the Scene, because sometimes the scariest stories aren't fiction, they're warnings.